Good morning, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of Classic Live Album War. Today, we've got two killer live sets from two U.S. bands as we're nearing the end of round two of our live album battle here to figure out your favorite live album of all time. So, our first contestant here today is the James Gang, live in concert from 1971. The other from 1976. From down south, Lynyrd Skynyrd, One More from the Road. Okay, both kind of significant. Here you've got the last go-round in this band with their iconic lead guitar player and vocalist, Joe Walsh. Here, say hello to Steve Gaines, right? Okay, three-guitar army is in play. All right, ironically enough, not long before the terrible tragedy that would take Steve and Ronnie Van Zant away from us, all right? But that's a story for another day. So let's kick it off first with the earliest release here. We've got James Gang, live in concert, okay, recorded at Carnegie Hall, New York City, May 15th, 1971, released in September of 71 that same year. Of course, the entire show is not included. This is a single CD set, single LP set upon its release. Of course, they played a lot more tunes at that concert. Another one of those live albums, like, oh, where's the rest of it, right? So, kicking it all off, let's talk about the personnel. So, we got Joe Walsh on electric and acoustic guitars, vocals, Hammond B3 organ, Dale Peters on bass, vocals, and percussion, and Jim Fox, who the band's named after, on drums, vocals, percussion, a little acoustic guitar. Okay, so we've got, kicking it all off, we've got their cover of Stop, great bluesy hard rock tune. Then we've got You're Gonna Need Me, their remake of the Albert King classic. And then got some original tunes. You got Take a Look Around, great tune. Tend My Garden. You got some really good tunes with featuring Joe Walsh on Hammond B3 organ. He's a pretty damn good Hammond player, right? Had some really nice tones on some of those James Gang songs. Then you've got Ashes, The Rain, and I. Okay. Then the Barn Burner Walk Away, and then finishing it all off with a near 19-minute version of Lost Woman. Of course, an old Yardbirds classic here, done up lots of guitar solos and rumbling and tumbling rhythms, all right, pretty heavy. A great album. It's just not long enough. It's like, would have loved for them to reissue this at some point with the entire Carnegie Hall performance. That would be spectacular. As it is, Joe Walsh will go off onto a solo career and eventually join up with the Eagles. All right. James Gang would do fine for themselves. They'd have like a kind of like a revolving door of guitar players coming in after this. All right. Mostly, Dominic Troiano, Tommy Bolin, of course, for 2 albums, a couple other guys. So kind of would never be the same without Walsh, although personally, I think that the couple Tommy Bolin albums are damn good and stack up pretty high, pretty close to the Walsh stuff. I actually like all the James Gang albums. They're a little bit different, right? But I highly recommend the Tommy Bolin stuff if you haven't heard it. All right, so let's go fast forward to 1976. Okay, recorded during some tour dates in July 7th, 8th, and 9th, 1976. Released September 13th, 1976. All right. Most of the recordings here are taken from the Fox Theater in Atlanta, Georgia. Actually, all of the recordings taken from the Fox Theater, Atlanta, Georgia, a very famous concert venue. Of course, this is the lineup with Ronnie Van Zant on lead vocals, Gary Rosington, Alan Collins, and new guy Steve Gaines on lead guitar. You got Billy Powell on keyboards, Leon Wilkeson on bass, vocals, Artemis Pyle on drums, and you got Joe, Cassie, and Leslie on backing vocals. Okay, Sam McPherson guesting on harmonica. All right, so what do we got on this sizzling double LP set? You got Working for MCA. Great heavy rock tune from Lynyrd Skynyrd. I Ain't the One, the snarling I Ain't the One. Searching, gonna be searching. Tuesday's Gone, very emotional take on that. Side 2, you got the rip-roaring Saturday Night Special. Traveling Man, Whiskey, Rock-a-Roller, Sweet Home Alabama, the perennial hit. Side 3, Gimme 3 Steps, Call Me the Breeze, T for Texas. Side 4, The Needle and the Spoon. Crossroads, all right, really good take on Crossroads for them. And then, of course, finishing it all off with the only song that can finish off a Skynyrd set, Freebird. right? The 3-guitar army. Pretty damn stellar, if you ask me. Again, kind of almost like a best of Skynyrd played live, right? Hard to beat. Sounds great. The performances are sizzling. It's probably the, next to like the Almonds at the Fillmore, probably the best Southern rock live album of all time. So here we get to the part of the video where I've got to make a choice here. It's not really anything to think about, right? As much as I love this and I love the James Gang, right? This is a powerhouse. This is a second round KO for the boys, for the Skynyrd boys, right? Has to be. It's just a killer set, killer performances. Skynyrd at the absolute top of their game, all right? Before the tragedy, this is quite good as well, but it just does not compare. So here we go, KO, round 2. You guys got to vote, though. That's the important thing here. Little white circle with a letter I in it. Click on that. Vote for Skynyrd. Vote for the James Gang. All right, go on our Facebook page. Vote there as well. Skynyrd's kind of running away with it. I had a feeling it might be the case, but we do have some James Gang fans out there, right? But the important thing is go out and listen to these albums, right? Because what we're doing is celebrating live albums throughout this whole tournament on our way to finding out which is your favorite of all time. Visit us on the web, www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we're on YouTube all the damn time. We'll see you guys later today with another classic live album war. More stuff coming up this weekend, so don't touch that dial. We'll see you. Bye-bye.